Important concept in programming is the library. Library is code written by others. For example, in our world, we have a library with many different books in the library. But in programming, a library has only like one type of uh, book, such as cooking, changing a tire, or sewing. Okay, and anyone can write a library. Okay, that saves you from having to write it. To use someone else's library, you just put pound include angle sign, the name such as cooking. You must end in .h. That says it's a library, and then closing angle sign. Okay, so that's how you include someone else's code. This allows many people to write codes, and we can help each other and not reinvent the wheel every time. It's a very powerful thing. Next, let's go over variables. Variables are words or letters that vary. Okay, they vary. Okay, let's go over ones such as my age. Okay, my age, we could say is assigned the value of 20. Oh, by the way, this is called is assigned the value of whatever. My age is assigned the value of 20. You should practice this. Say this at least 10 times straight. Repeat it. Is assigned the value of. It's important to say that, and you'll see it everywhere. Practice it till it's automatic. Okay? So, my age is assigned the value of 20. Okay? My age is a variable. It's a convention to start the first word with the lowercase letter and the second word with the uppercase letter. You could do it any way you want, though. Say, my age is assigned the value of 20. You must end every statement with a semicolon. Semicolons let the computer know you're done. It's like a period when we're making a sentence, okay? We can write and then we end a period. Now, we know it's over. If the computer does not get its semicolon, it's going to say, I don't know what's going on, and it's not going to do anything. It has a little helper added on that'll say something like expected a semicolon before line whatever, say 9. Okay, it helps you know and you missed a semicolon. But without that semicolon, your computer or Arduino isn't going to do anything. So it's very important, and it's one thing that's going to trip you up the most. Next, before you can say my age is a number, you have to declare it. Declare it. A type. Declare it a type. Okay, what are the types? Well, there's integer. Integer, abbreviated by int, is normal numbers like 0, -4, 1, 5. Those are all integers. There's float, which is abbreviated by float. Let's use a decimal, like 2.5683. And then there's byte, which is abbreviated byte, which is zeros or ones. So you need to declare it first. Since we're dealing with 20, it's a normal number, so let's call it integer. Integer, my age is assigned the value of 20, semicolon. Okay? So that's how you can declare an integer. I mean a variable. My age is a variable. Okay? What else? Oh, you can also, after that, just use my age. You don't have to declare it again. You only have to declare it the first time. Okay, then my age, you can assign it to another value, 28. Okay, now it's 28. Or you could do something like this. My age is assigned the value of my age plus 1. So if last it was 28, so it puts my age 28 plus 1. Now it's 29. My age is 29. Okay? Variables are very useful in programming. Okay? Let's go over functions. Functions are boxes of programming, of code. Box of code. Okay? Say you have a main box of code. Okay? To program, you start by putting it at the start and go all the way through and out the box. Okay? That's how it works normally. You can also have more than one box or function. And you start normally, you go through, say you hit this part here, a hole in the box, and you want to call this one. You then do this, which is a function call. Function call. Because it's calling a function, this function here. Now it goes through this one, goes through the whole thing, and comes out here. Okay? Once it's done, it goes right back to where it got called from. And then it finishes up and goes out. Okay? So let's go over an example right quick. Let's say you're a teacher and you have a class. And your class, you put in the grades, but then you want to average the grades. So you send the grades out of classmates who are Mike, Bobby, and Susie. Okay, say you send out these kids, you send it into a box called the averager. Okay, and then it averages them, it takes the grades, adds them together, and divides it by the number of students, sends it out as class average, and then it sends that right back to this box, which then renames it to something it likes, like 2023 class average. And then sends that out to, say, the city, so the city can know what the class average is. Well, say there's another box. It's called the state. This was the city box, the city function. Say there's a state box. It wants to know. So basically it takes some other class with other students, and it can also use this averager function here. So the point is, then comes to the state. The point is, this one function here is used for a number of boxes. Okay, so you don't have to put this in every one of the new boxes. It's used for every box. So it's nice to write something one time and not many times. So that's how a lot of programming works. So that's it. I'll see you next time.